Hello everyone. In this video tutorial, I will briefly discuss about Ruby. So, what is Ruby? Ruby is one of the most popular scripting language, right? Why we need to learn the scripting language as a penetration tester nowadays? In order for students to take the pen testing version number 2, they added a new module or learning course objective, which is tools and code analysis. Therefore, we need to review and learn a little bit about scripting language. Okay, so if any one of you that have a background in programming, that would be advantageous to learn this material. Okay, so Metasploit module are written in the language of Ruby. Okay, Ruby use the libraries, call its library as germs. Okay, as gems, and use require syntax to take advantage of their code. If you see an example here, Ruby, so when student see an exam questions about tools and code analysis, they should be able to identify what type of scripting language is this. So one of the characteristics of Ruby is using require here, keywords here, right? Keyword, and call its library as gems. Okay, so in the example below is scripting language for making web requests, handling web response, and parsing JSON from externally created function, right? So what is JSON? Well, I think I give you a definition here. JSON is a JavaScript object notation. It is an open standard file format and data interchange format that uses human readable text to store and transmit data object that consists of attribute, value, pairs, and array, right? It is a common data format with the diverse uses in electronic data interchange, especially in the web application with the server. So here is briefly information about JSON. Okay, so here Ruby used the net :HTTP get response gem to capture response from the web request and store it in our R variable. As you can see that R, this is the R variable equal net :HTTP get underscore response URI. Okay, so this is how to capture the response of web requests using Ruby. Okay. We reference the value using square bracket, right? Ruby reference the value using square bracket like Python. As you can see here, if data success equal true, then, okay, as you can see that reference the value using this one, using a square bracket, right? And double quotation. Right? What are some other characteristics of this? Let's talk about the print statement here, right? The print statement, okay. We print the record because how we reference the value inside the print statement is delimited by double quote as $, delimited by double quote here, double quotation, right? So here as an example, print delimited and using bracket here, right? Using bracket and double quote here. This is double quote. So these are some of the characteristics of Ruby's. Also, the if statement syntax start with the if when it's looping. When they use if looping, the if statement must be end with the end keyword here. So whenever you see if and then you see and, that means it's a Ruby scripting language. Okay. What else we need to know here? Parsing. So here I have an example. I have my note here, right? Print status, parenthesis, right? Double quotation, right? Print the record using delimited double quote, not use special characters. What else I need to know? I think I will give you some video about this one. Let me see if I can find my other note here. Not this one. I think I have another one here. Let me see. I have an example here. Here we go. Okay, here we go. I have a question here, right? Refer to the following sample script. What programming language here? If you see this double colon, this is using what? Ruby. It's a Ruby scripting language. Right? The print status, they use double quotation, and parenthesis. Okay. Here we see another one. Let me see. Refer to the following sample script. What are the statement called? This is called methods, right? And what programming language is this? As you can see, this one, double quotation, this is a Ruby scripting language. Okay, so these are some example of the code. So at the exam, you probably have some question about this code, right? They ask you to analyze, they ask you to identify and analyze what type of scripting language is this. So here is a note that I just mentioned to you, right? I will post this in the Blackboard, right? Recognize Perl by the use of term use for library. Also, okay, this is just a tip of a Perl language, but we are talking about Ruby right now. Okay, so disregard this one in the meantime. What else here? Let me see if I have another sample question here. A blank is an exploitation framework that was created using the Ruby programming language. Metasploitable. Metasploit is one of the most popular pen test tool that using Ruby. Therefore, they added. Therefore, the Easy Console, the CompTIA, by the way, the CompTIA organization added this scripting language is part of the learning course objective. All right. So the question is, do you need to know to learn language, scripting language? Probably you need to learn the beginner of the scripting language, right? Not the details. But it would be a good idea that if you want to learn a little bit more detail or more depth of the scripting language, that would help. Okay, so thank you for watching. Hope that this video is informative and value to you.